Hey everybody, just me, Crystal here. So I wanted to come to you before I go to work, which isn't till like another few hours anyway, about the movie I went to see with my mum, which was yesterday, and it was at the View Cinemas. We decided that we wanted to see the brand new Disney Beauty and the Beast film, which I have got to say is absolutely incredible. It is absolutely fantastic. It's one of those that literally you get a lump in your throat. I'm not gonna lie, it is so beautiful. So like yesterday, I was so glad I actually booked in advance, because obviously at the moment there's like so many people want to go and see this film. It is crazy. So I'm not going to give you any spoilers or anything like that. Don't worry, I'm not going to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it so far yet. So we decided to have obviously booked tickets to see the film. I think it was like 12, about 12ish. And I thought, right, we'll book for I think it was a 3:25 viewing at View. And it was, I tell you what, it's like £4 for a ticket, but you got to book £1.50 for booking fee. But it was already sold out. Like, obviously we got seats, but we were right at the back in the middle row. It was fantastic. We got A9 and A10 seats, which were like smack on, bang at the back, right in the centre middle, which was incredible because, number one, here's a pro for you people. If you book tickets and you want to see a film and you don't want to be kicked in your back by kids that are obviously going to want to watch this film, go for the back seats, because you're not going to get any annoying kids hitting you. You know what I mean? So there's a trick there for you. And so anyway, we sat down. There was like one seat left on my left hand side, and there was like another family like on the left, and then it was just packed. Everywhere was just packed. And so we thought, well, obviously we get food and drinks and stuff like that. So we went to Tesco's, because obviously it's only like a 2-minute walk from where View is, and got our stuff, and went inside, sat down. We had to wait about 15 minutes before we went into screen 6, and it was just like, obviously everyone trying to get to their seats, and they had like people, they had people like showing you where to sit and all that. And so anyway, I sat down, my mum took some photos, obviously before the film was on, don't worry. And I thought, well, I really wanted to see this film because obviously I did the cover on YouTube of Beauty and the Beast, the actual soundtrack. And I've got, from yesterday, it was 164,000 views alone on that one video. And to be honest, I am baffled. Absolutely baffled. I don't know how I managed to get so many views just from that one YouTube video. It's quite crazy. So yeah, thanks Disney, because I'm going to get a paycheck from YouTube now. So I'll be getting some money for all the views I've been getting, which is really cool to know. And this is why I want to do more YouTube videos as well as, only because you don't have to go into a venue and perform anymore. There's not a lot of clubs and pubs that are actually giving out money. So this is why I go to YouTube, because there's so many more people who can access your music and everything else around the world. So it's just a lot more makes sense really. So yeah, the movie, guys. OMG. I'm not going to spoil anything, as I said, but I'm just going to say, like, I love how they did the beginning, the prologue, where basically, obviously the original animated movie, I could talk about the animated one and obviously compare. They had the witch, like we got the screen and everything, like you get told about the story in the beginning, so the camera will zoom into the castle from the forest, and it'll tell you, an ugly witch a woman comes to the castle with a rose, you know, that story. Well, they expand on that, and it's really cool. Like, I'm not going to obviously ruin anything, but it is really cool how they do the beginning, and it's a really good sort of way of really just like seeing how he transformed. And then obviously, guys, when obviously the music kicked in and they had the bell music going on, oh my god, it's like da 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 da, and then literally like you see the door open, and I was like, hang on a minute, she's not actually a farm girl in this movie. Like, she says she is, but she's not, because she's not, like, out there in the fields. She's not far from the fields, but she's not actually in the fields. And so anyway, like, she walks out, she's singing. Emma Watson, oh my god. Like, number one, I knew she was going to be an amazing cast to play Belle, but I did not realise how amazing her voice was. Like, why didn't they, like, do something in Harry Potter? Why wasn't she part of the choir or something? Like, seriously, she can sing. And what's good is that she's more of an innocent singer. She's not like, you know, like you see the pop music nowadays. She could easily go into theatre if she wanted to, because she has really got that essence of emotion and just pure actress. You know, she's got stage quality. So yeah, she's incredible as a performer. And then, oh my god, Luke Evans, guys, he was amazing as Gaston. He really was true to the movie, and it was so crazy. The sort of, the ways that he was and everything. And there's a scene in the Gaston song when they're in the pub. Obviously you've seen the animated version, you know what I'm talking about. Well, he actually looks a bit like Captain Hook, because you'll see like he wears like this red sort of jacket, and it's like Captain Hook's jacket. I'm just like, is there a relation there? Is there an Easter egg going on? Is that like to say perhaps he's technically perhaps Captain Hook's son? I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those sort of hand-me-down things. I have no idea. But I was like, this is really different. So, yeah, it was really weird. So what else can I tell you that ruined it? Oh, yeah, I loved the scene in the beginning when... Oh, not the beginning, sorry. When obviously Gaston asked Belle to marry him. She was like, hell no, I'm not marrying you. I've seen all the guys around here, and none of them are taken to my liking, you know? And anyway, so she goes back in the house, and she comes back out. She does the whole scene, the reprise, and everything. And there's that one scene, I just think, oh my god, Sound of Music! Like, literally, if you watch it, you'll understand what I mean. Like, she'll literally be coming out of the house, running onto the fields, and she'll do the whole sort of like, I want adventure. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. And oh my god, that was just like amazing. And then obviously there's the scene where her father goes to the castle. Yeah, obviously there's no songs there. But that was pretty cool, like how they changed it, because usually when the father goes in the castle and he sits down, he gets invited by Mrs. Potts and all those, he goes to sit down by the fire. He just like said, hell, I'm just gonna go by the fire and I'm just gonna do my own thing. Like, there was no sense of like, oh, welcome, come on in, like, you know, the antiques do. And then obviously the beast comes behind the chair and all that. That doesn't happen in this one. That is like totally different. And by the way, the age range is like all ages. Like seriously, yesterday, like in the theatre, you had obviously small kids to like 65-year-olds. Like literally, it was just, the age range was just like, everyone wanted to see the film. It was obviously blatant that everyone wanted to see what this whole craze was about. and it was just beautiful. And one thing also that they didn't do in the animation film that they did do in this film is they actually told you the backstory of how Belle actually, like, how she grew up and where she grew up to. I actually thought when I saw photos in the animation version that she was going to be like a posh girl, you know? Like, her background was going to be really posh, and like her mother looked really sort of like wearing like these lovely outfits, and like they had loads of money. But to be honest, she didn't. Like, I'm not going to tell you everything because I know a lot of you want to watch the movie, but basically when the Beast becomes the Beast, the Enchantress gives him like something else. And this means that them both can travel and go to a place in France that she wants to go back to as part of her past. And what really shocked me was when they went back to her past, the reason why she left the town she was living in and went to this provincial town, which she's now living in, her mother had a serious illness. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they found something in the room that Beast actually held on to and found out what exactly was going on and knew exactly what had happened to Belle's mother. Still don't know what Belle's mother's name was, but I know obviously what happened to her now and why her father took Belle away from there to a safer place. So that was like really nice to know that there was, you know, common ground there, and it was all that side of the story was done for. We know why she was there and she had a better life elsewhere, but they had to go. Yeah, so that was really good as well. And I really loved the song that she sings in that scene when she's with the Beast and they're going in where her old house. That's really good. And then it was, I think the heartbreaking moment for me was probably when obviously Gaston, the mob scene, come into the castle, like the animated version, but there's quite a funny bit in there as well. I don't know if any of you remember Gaston's sidekick LeFou, obviously LeFou. He's a little bit different in this movie. He is not, let's put it this way, he's not straight. Honestly, he's incredible. And he also has 3 guys that kind of stick around with LeFou. And there's a scene, like in the actual fighting scene, that is just incredible. And right at the end, you get to see like LeFou being really gay with this other guy who's in the 3 Musketeers. It's just such a laugh. It's such a hilarious scene. So you get to see that as well. And then obviously towards the end, so obviously the transformation happens. But before the transformation happens, guys, the last petal fell. And when this last petal fell, not only did the Beast die, but so did his compatriots. Yeah, I'm talking about Lumiere, Cogsworth, Mrs. Potts, Chip, all them. They were all dead as well. And what was really strange then was, my dad's actually just coming in the house now with Harvey. What was really strange was the fact that this time, like in the other movie, it didn't happen, but the Enchantress actually came into the castle and obviously went into the room where the Beast was dead, and then when Belle said that she loved him, she actually changed everything, and she basically took the rose and made it back alive and transformed him and actually watched the whole thing happen. That never happened in the animation movie. And then obviously what's really nice is that you get to see all the other characters actually come back to life as well. So it's not just one of those that you think, oh no, like Because in the other movie, in the animation, all of the characters were all alive. It was just the Beast that died. And then they all transformed. So it was really different. And their timing, how they did it, was really good. And then obviously the transformation. You know, obviously you got the scene where they all dance at the end in the animation movie. Disney actually took the same sequence as a Sleeping Beauty dancing, which is different than this one. They've totally changed it, because back in 1991 when they did Beauty and the Beast, and Sleeping Beauty was just before it, they just, like, towards the end, they just took, like, the same sequence and just put it into Beauty and the Beast. And so, you know, whatever his name, Philip and Aurora were dancing the same way Beast and Belle were. Which is an interesting one at the end. And the dress that Emma Watson's wearing is absolutely amazing. Like, it is beautiful. And I've never known, like, until, like, a few days ago, that the wardrobe woman, I've forgotten her name now, she is an incredible opera singer. And not only that, but she was actually Oliver Warbucks's and Disney's Annie secretary sort of woman. Which was just like, hang on a minute, she looks very similar, and I found out the reason why. So yeah, guys, if you haven't seen Beauty and the Beast, like, honestly, my mum, like, she was sitting next to me, and she was, like, literally nearly sobbing in, like, every single scene. And not to forget, guys, oh my god, Be Our Guest. That was another sort of, like, amazing thing. I did not think that the CGI and the green screen and all that would do such a good job, like the animated version, because I put in live with the CGI and all that sort of thing. It was just amazing. Like, every single thing they did was just fab. Also, I want to say that Dan Stevens, who played the Beast, congratulations on you for trying to dance with those stilts on. I know, obviously, I did a bit of feedback and did a little bit of research to see what was obviously being done to create the movie, and it was funny how he had to wear, like, the green suit, the stilts, and then, like, have his whole face changed, and, like, whatever they did. And it was pretty realistic, guys. It was really, really good. And also his song that he sang. Yeah, there's a few new songs in this movie that weren't in the actual animation version. And the songs are, like, fantastic. You know what's really good is that sometimes when you watch some of these Disney movies, some of the actors can't really sing. But honestly, these guys are fantastic. And I would definitely recommend that you watch this. You know, go and see them. Best Makeup Oscar. I have no idea. But honestly, you should all, if you haven't seen it so far, you need to see it. Like, honestly, I want to see it again. I'm actually looking forward to the DVD coming out, because it's one of those where I think you can pick up different things. There's probably a few Easter eggs that I missed out on. But when they went to Belle's room, it had in the background, obviously, the Notre Dame. Just gave it away probably a little bit more now. But I'm starting to think that there might be a coincidence why they've shown that. Like, for instance, like, makeup's, wow, I don't know what that is. So anyway, I think Belle's makeup was amazing. And it was so simple, it was so effective, and it was so light and airy, and it was brilliant. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention. I don't really want to ruin anything else, because I don't want to spoil anything. But anyway, with the I think with the forgotten what it's called now. The thingy in Paris. The Notre Dame in Paris, that's the one. I think they might be making a Hunchback of Notre Dame movie live. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that would be really epic. I think it would make a really good blockbuster movie as well. I think it was always meant to be more of perhaps a live action movie, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, rather than animation. But yeah, so I'm gonna go now, and I'm gonna probably get up to making like a smoothie or something. So yeah, thank you very much everybody for watching. Make sure to check out my YouTube if you haven't done so already, which is www.youtube.com/thecrystalmills. Make sure to follow me on Twitter @thecrystalmills, and also my Facebook, which is facebook.com/thecrystalmills as well. And yeah, thank you very much everybody, and have a lovely day. Bye bye.